gave his justification. He gave his justification when he selected Muhammad number one in history. He said he was the only man. He was the only man in history who was supremely successful in both the religious and secular levels. It is the unparalleled combination of secular and religious influence which I feel entitles Muhammad to be considered the most influential single figure in history. Subhanallah. He was the head of the state. He was the father. He was the brother. He was every single thing for his people. He is not a king. He is a normal person. Yet he covered all his followers with mercy and with guidance. And he spent every single effort to make his followers happy. Not only in this life, but also in the hereafter. This is why Michael Hart ranked Muhammad number one in history, the most influential single figure in history. Okay. This is one from America. And he's not a Muslim. I will present to you another person, another professor from India. And I would like to share with you what he said about the Prophet Muhammad, about the Prophet of Islam, about the Prophet of mercy. A professor, K.S. Ramakrishnan Rao, a professor of philosophy, Emirates University of Nazareth, India. This is a professor from India. He said, after the fall of Mecca, more than 1 million square miles of land lay at his feet. You know, after the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, after the fall of Mecca, more than 1 million square miles of land lay at his feet, at the feet of Muhammad. He became the head of the state after he immigrated from Mecca to Medina. Mecca is the city where the second house is. And here is in the second house, the Kaaba, which all Muslims they face in their prayers. Okay? This is Mecca. He immigrated from Mecca to Medina and established the Islamic State there. And after he established the Islamic State there, Professor Ramakrishnan Rao said this. Okay. Muhammad mended his own shoes and cross-wool garments. The Prophet of Islam, the Messenger of Allah, used to mend his own shoes, to fix his shoes. He is not a king. He is not an emperor. No, he is a normal person. Okay? And make the goats. He used to help his family, making his goats, in order to get some milk for his family. He used to do this. He's a normal person. Okay. It's what they have. He used to clean his home, cleaning his family with their daily action or daily maintenance. Kindled the fire and attended the other menial offices of the family. He used to share his family. Yet, he was the professor, he was the messenger. He used to deal with every single person who used to come to him and to run the state. Yet, this did not prevent him from sharing his family in their daily house maintenance. The entire town of Medina where he lived, where were they in the later days of his life? Everywhere there was gold and silver and plenty, and yet in those days of prosperity, many weeks would elapse without a fire being kindled in the head of Muhammad. Okay. Subhanallah, glory be to Allah. The Prophet of Islam, the head of the state, did not have enough food to eat in his house. Did not have enough food to eat in his house. He used to bring the happiness to people. He used to bring the wealth to the people. He used to bring everything to satisfy people, because everything there was gold, there was silver, there was money. Yet, he did not enjoy that wealth. He did not enjoy that gold. He did not enjoy that silver. He worked hard in order to bring pleasure to his people, okay, at the expense of his need. Okay. In those days of prosperity, many weeks would collapse without a fire being kindled in the head of Muhammad, his food being dates and water. Most of his food was almost dates and water. And many days would go without having any food in his house, in his food. His family would go hungry many nights successfully, because they could not get anything to eat in the evening. La ilaha illallah. Glory be to Allah. This is the messenger of Allah. He worked hard in order to bring pleasure to us. And he did not run after worldly things. He did not run after worldly things at all. Okay. I'd like to continue. He slept not on a soft bed, but on a calm mat after a long busy day. He did not sleep on a soft bed. He slept on really, a calm mat after a long busy day. He spent most of his night in prayer. He did not use to stay all night in fun or joking, or spending his time without anything. No. He used to pray most of his night, often pressing with tears before his Creator to grant him strength to discharge his duties. He used to pray most of the night in order that Almighty Allah helps him to run his state and to do his duty as he expected to do. Okay? So, as the reports go, his voice would get shot due to whipping, and it would appear as if a cooking pot was on fire and boiling had commenced. Not only praying, but during his praying he used to cry in front of his Lord, in order to help him, to support him, to do his duties as it should be. Okay. Subhanallah, glory be to Allah. This is the Prophet of Islam. He did not spend his time for nothing, for fun. He spent his time to submit his will to the will of Allah, to bring happiness, to bring pleasure to his people, and to all Muslims after him. Okay. I'd like to make sure that these are not the words of a Muslim. These are the words of a non-Muslim from India, professor from India. Continue. On the day of his death, his only assets were a few coins. A part of which went to satisfy that, and the rest was given to a needy person who came to his house for charity. Okay, look at the kings. Look at the presidents nowadays. They have numerous millions and maybe billions in their accounts. They have a lot of money. But the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was not that person. He could have all this wealth. He could have all this money. He could have all these properties. But